I think there are some great songs on it, but if we reimagine the album by changing just two things, I think it would be much tighter, and it could even stand shoulder to shoulder with In Rock and Machine Head. So let's get right to it. Deep Purple's Fireball landed between two legendary albums, In Rock and Machine Head. Released in 1971, it's never quite held the same reputation as the other two. So let's get right to it. Right off the bat, let's talk about the elephant in the room. The kazoo at the funeral, the tuba in the library. You know it, I know it. We're talking about Anyone's Daughter. Let's face it, it sticks out like a sore thumb on the album. It doesn't fit. And while it's good for a chuckle, to me at least, it's always felt like a bit of a novelty song. It's got to go. And by doing that, we would free up some space on the record. Remember, these were the days primarily of vinyl releases. The extra space would enable us to have both Strange Kind of Woman and Demon's Eye together on the album. This would make the music much more consistent and coherent. When it was originally released, the European version had Demon's Eye, while the rest of the world had Strange Kind of Woman instead. Now that was the first thing. We've tightened the music up. Let's turn our attention to the other change I'd like to make, the sequencing. Now, I don't know who picked the track order, but it's like they said, okay, start with Fireball and end with No One Came. After that, I don't care. That's the only way I can imagine such a haphazard sequence coming together. Fireball, of course, has to be the opener. It's an amazing first track. It's the only sane choice that could have been made. Likewise, I think No One Came is a brilliant song to end the album. Fantastic choice. But listening to the stuff between those songs, well, it's a bit of a jarring experience. So with this reimagined Fireball, what would side A look like? The first track, of course, as I just said, would remain Fireball. It's a fast, high-energy rocker, and the air conditioner is a jet engine opener that instantly declares that this isn't In Rock Part 2. It's new, futuristic, and confident. By the end of it, I'm pretty pumped. But then No, No, No starts, and the momentum is totally gone. It's much slower, bluesier, and groovier. It's also perhaps the weirdest song on the album. That riff is crazy. I enjoy it, but coming immediately after Fireball just breaks the vibe. I'm proposing track 2 become Strange Kind of Woman. Following up Fireball with another rocker, with its killer guitar solos, would tell the listener the band is going somewhere. It would have been just such a smooth transition. The next thing I would do is pick Fools to close out side A. Yes, side A would have 3 tracks, and side B would have 4 tracks. Deal with it. To me, Fools is the centerpiece of the album, and instead it's been buried in the middle of side B. I don't know. Anyway, it's nearly 8.5 minutes of atmosphere, drama, and just Jon Lord's cinematic scope. It's such a great, great song. And what a great way to end the side. When you're lifting the album to turn it over, you know the band is starting to go somewhere. And, side 2 is going to be that place. Flipping the album over, track 4 is The Mule. That stays where it is. The Mule opens with a shaker, sounding like a rattlesnake. Notice the parallel. Side A starts with an air conditioner, like a jet engine. Side B starts with a rattler. Both mechanical, both threatening, both saying, pay attention. And of course, both songs show off Ian Paice's drumming. And so the Mule collapses into chaos nicely, which leads into track 5. And this is where I would put No, No, No. I'd move it to the second cut of side B instead of side A. No, No, No is nearly 7 minutes of dark, off-kilter rhythm and tension. By this point, the listener's deep inside the weirdest corners of the album, and the extended solos and bluesy patterns help set up track 6. I would make track 6 Demon's Eye. It would follow No, 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 just as it did on side A of the European version. That slinky riff pulls the listener back to earth. It never appeared on any international versions of the album, but it belongs here. It balances the set. And finally, track 7, No One Came. Cynical, biting, and utterly self-aware. It's the perfect closer. Ian Gillan laughing at the rock star myth the band was living. There you have it. Fireball reimagined with just 2 changes. Drop anyone's daughter and resequence the rest. For your listening pleasure, I've created a playlist so you can listen to the album as I propose. The link is in the description below. Have a great day.